Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 14 of season 2 here at Fulham. We start with an FA Cup game, our first of the year. Hoping to go on an FA Cup run this season. I'd love to win the FA Cup here at Fulham in season number 2. We follow that up with a game against Stoke. Should we win against Blackburn, I'm not sure when the next round of the FA Cup would be drawn. It might be the 26th. It might be Saturday the 2nd of February. So we'll have to wait and see. But I need to beat Blackburn first, of course, to ensure that we have a chance of knowing when the 4th round will be drawn. We're still waiting on offers for a couple of players we're looking to sell. We're not sure yet which position we want to buy in until we know which players are going to be leaving from which positions. With regards to Rui Fonte, I think I already have enough strikers right now, and I can't sign Luciano Vieto at this present moment in time anyway, so we'll leave the striker position. It's more centre mid for Johansson or out wide with regards maybe selling someone like Cabano and bringing in another winger. We'll have to wait and see how things develop throughout the course of this window. But we'll start with this game against Blackburn and then we'll move on towards the game against Stoke. We're okay in the league. I'd like to go on a nice winning streak because we had a bit of a losing streak recently. So we'll try and turn things around. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. There will have been a My Player video go live earlier on this afternoon that I need your feedback on, please. So do make sure you watch that on the channel page as well if you haven't already. But for now, let's concentrate on Blackburn and hopefully get ourselves through to the 4th round of the FA Cup.
It goes out wide again.
Samuel. Cross comes into the box. Dax header is on target. Decent attempt. I'm not necessarily playing that weak a team here against Blackburn. With the indifferent form of the side recently, I've decided to go with a pretty strong team and hope that we can, didn't necessarily go according to plan, hope that we can get ourselves a positive result here. Jean-Michel Seri could get us off to a great start if he could have found the back of the net there. Blackburn with one chance, we got the other and have one of our own. I think the only changes I've made is to put Cabano out wide, Cisse into CDM, and Cyrus Christie at right back, and Rui Fonte up top. 4 changes to my regular starting 11. We should be able to see off Blackburn here. Williams, throw into Caicedo, back to Williams again. Down the line, cross could come in. It's a decent delivery too, and I have no idea who got on the end of that. Looks like it was Dominic Samuel. How the defender missed it, I'm not entirely too sure. He swung for it there in the march on rather than going with his head, and I think it's just hit Samuel rather than him actually having a genuine attempt on goal. If he'd have had his eyes on the ball the entire time, that certainly should have been 1-0 Blackburn. And if Sessegnon could have gotten past the defender there, he might well have made it 1-0 Fulham. Samuel out wide there to Caicedo. I thought he could have gone down there. I thought I timed the tackle quite well. Evidently I hadn't. And B, when I stepped in, he could have gone down and almost certainly would have won a penalty. Fair play to him for staying on his feet. Samuel draws the save out Rossi, who's able to keep it in play and ensure they don't get a follow-up corner. I'm going to fire this up. Okay, that's not the best of balls, looking for the man out wide at all. And now we're on the back foot again. Dominic Samuel, nice tackle by Jean-Michel Seri. Let's work it forward quickly. Oh, if we can actually pass to teammates, that'd be great. Poke that through there, looking for Ryan Sessegnon, who will get there ahead of Paul Caddis. Driving into the box, all I need to do is put it back for a teammate, and there's Tom Kearney, and it hits Brian Lenihan and goes out for a corner. It might be Darren Lenihan, actually. Lovely delivery. Cyrus Christie was there. He's going to drop to Ibrahim Cisse in there to Ryan Sessegnon, and his right foot, again, cannons back off a couple of people. Seri can't get it under control, and Lenihan works it away for a second time. Game's getting a little bit frantic now here against Blackburn. This is livening up into being a very entertaining cup tie. Here's Bradley Dack down the right-hand side. The march on with him. Cross comes in. Cyrus Christie should win that header and has done well. Cabano out to Tom Kearney. I wish it were the other way around, but here's Cabano driving forward. Rui Fonte's with me. Play it into him. Sessegnon is out wide. Rui Fonte will get the turn in. Look to bend it. I didn't quite put enough power on that. A little bit more, and it might have floated over the keeper's head into the top corner. It was a decent attempt from Rui Fonte, but it was my fault for not putting enough power on it rather than his for not striking it well enough. He put it exactly where I wanted it to go. It was just my lack of holding down the B button for long enough that meant that he went for the bottom corner, not the top. Caddis down the line to Pania. Nice tackle by Brian. Inside to Seri. Sends Sessegnon away. Defender's out of position. He's got a good run here, Ryan Sessegnon. And I will stand it up towards the back post. The keeper's done brilliantly to ensure that it won't reach Cabano. He'd actually passed that back to Cabano there. They must be thanking their lucky stars that the half-time whistle went there. They've given me the ball back in their own box. Oh, Blackburn living life on the edge right now. But at half-time, it's 0-0. Dak. Forward to Samuel, to Dak again. It's good football. Good footwork. Good football. Here's Corey Evans into Pania. Not sure what nationality he is. Presuming it's Spanish pronunciation though. So Pania shoots wide of the target. Probably Blackburn's best chance of the game so far, to be honest. They haven't threatened too much, but they're going to start threatening towards the end of the game. I might have to contemplate making a couple of changes just to freshen things up to ensure they don't sneak a victory. Because the last thing I want to do right now is go out of the FA Cup when it's a competition that I genuinely feel like we stand a good chance of going long in. If not, stand a half-decent chance of winning this season. We shall try our absolute best to do that. In fact, I think I will make some changes, but I'll wait for the ball to go out of play yet next time before making them. Dominic Samuel, or at least wait for this move to end to ensure that I don't concede, which is what's happened as Richie Smallwood fires the ball past the post and out for a goal kick, thankfully. Let's bring on Jedson Fernandez for Seri. And then I'm going to bring on Aite for Cabano. I'm tempted to bring on Rafael Leao sooner rather than later as well, but we'll give it another 10 in-game minutes before doing that. Maybe Rui Fonte can give us a lead. Christie down the line into Aite. That back. I see the runner on the overlap there. Cyrus Christie's done brilliantly to do that. But can we find Rui Fonte? That's the question. It was meant for him. I'm going to try and pull this back. And Jedson Fernandez, just on the pitch, hits the post. Baffled that he's been able to not find the back of the net there. I can't quite believe he's missed that. That is the perfect opportunity. And now they're in at the other end. Please out Muslim. I haven't been able to. I'm going to try and get across here with Cyrus Christie to get to Elliot Bennett. He's fresh on the pitch. He's got the fresh legs, but he hasn't got the finishing ability, thankfully for me. Deary me. Talk about end-to-end. I hit the post and then they have a one-on-one. Lenny hand to Dominic Samuel who backs in. Turns away. Bennett with another effort. Rossi with a save this time around. A bit more awkward for him, but we'll work that away. I'll try and nod this back across pitch. That hasn't worked. Here's Liam Feeney. That's Corey Evans. Fired forward into Bradley Dack. Dack turns one way then the other. Here's Feeney again. Trying to close him down with Tom Kearney. Ball into the middle. Flicked on by Smallwood. Again, comfortable this time for Rossi. I'll bowl this out looking for the man out wide. Sessegnon gets it under control. Turns well. That's tackled away from him, but Rui Fonte will get it back to the young Englishman. He'll look to drive around the outside of Corey Evans, which he's done brilliantly. Though I do have men in the middle to aim for. I'm just going to loft it in. And there's Jedson Fernandez, and he misses the target off the bench. And two clear-cut chances for Jedson Fernandez. The post and wide, no goal. Disappointing. Kearney. Forward to Rui Fonte. I've got runners around me. Some Kearney again. Back to Rui Fonte. Drive into that space. Look out wide. Sessegnon. Ryan Sessegnon. How many times this season has Sessegnon buried those? I even settled myself, slowed down, stopped sprinting, didn't put too much power on it, and he still missed the target. I did everything I possibly could to ensure that I had the best chance of scoring. And he's missed. It looks like it's going to be a replay against Blackburn. We haven't got the excuse of not having chances in this game. I had so many in the last 15 minutes alone. Two through Jedson Fernandez, that one through Ryan Sessegnon. It's going to be a replay against Blackburn that was quite simply not needed. Oh, they had a lot of chances actually. I felt like I was dominant in the game there, despite not quite having the Lions' share of possession and not as many chances as them. Any shocks in there? Just going down. Bradford 1, Villa 1. It's not really much of a shock. Brighton 2, Derby 1. That's not a shock either. All right. Well, when's the replay against Blackburn? Oh, it hasn't been drawn yet. Okay. We'll wait and see. We'll push forward towards Stoke. That should be the next game. If not, it might be a double header against Blackburn today. We'll find out in due course. The match against Stoke has been moved one day, which says to me it's been moved a day early, which means that we should be playing Stoke next, and then the replay against Blackburn will be the following Tuesday. Perhaps we had an offer here for Tom Kearney. As mentioned, I'm not going to be selling him. I would consider replacing him in the first team if we sell Johansson to then move Tom Kearney to the bench and have a higher rated player in alongside Michel Jean-Michel Seri. Yep, and as expected, Stoke's been moved forward today from the Sunday to the Saturday so that we can play the replay against Blackburn on the Tuesday. So it will be Stoke City that we play next in the Premier League. We're still fourth, and if results go our way, we could be third after this game against Stoke. We're only 4 points away from Manchester United as well. It just seems right now that Liverpool are running away with things. Alfie Mawson has put in a transfer request, an offer for Rui Fonte. About time. Let's negotiate that. I might actually start to play Alfie Mawson ahead of Varnier just for a few games, just to try and raise his morale. I'll ask for 7.5, and hopefully they'll rise a little bit. It'll give me a decent amount of money. They're not really wanting to negotiate much here at all. Okay, let's ask for 6.45 and see if they'll meet me there. 4.8. This isn't going too well. He's not the youngest, is he, to be fair? Rui Fonte. So if I can get... No, okay, fine. I mean, he's not one of the players we're looking to move on with regards needing to then replace in that position. But I'll start playing you. Sorry, Alfie. To be fair, he was higher rated than Varnier until recently. And to be fair, he actually still is. As you can see, he's gone up one to 77. Let's play him for a few games because I'm not sure what Varnier's squad role is. I think it's just rotation, if not the one under that, actually. I'll have a quick check of his contract and see what it is. Obviously, Alfie Mawson we brought in saying that he was going to be an important player. And yeah, Varnier's set to sporadic. I was only really playing him because he was growing quite well thanks to the training. But let's start playing Alfie Mawson, try and improve his morale, make sure that we can convince him to stay at the club, and then maybe I can start playing Varnier again. We'll transfer for Ryan Sessegnon that I should be rejecting. He's going absolutely nowhere. Thank you very much. And now maybe we can play the game against Stoke. Yes, indeed we can. Jack Butland in goal for Stoke City. 4 at the back. Anta Kappa, Sweeney, Shawcross and Lowe. 2 in the midfield with Mbula and Joe Allen. Then Shahed, Boyan and Redmond in the midfield 3. Forward thinking midfield 3. And Mambaram Diouf up top. I don't know who their number 22 is. Let's see how he plays. Diouf into Boyan. Allen over the top. When the header, please. Well up. Seri down to Anguissa. Out wide there to Ryan Sessegnon. Try and play the ball through to Caccione, but I need support. He is arriving. Anguissa will look there to Tom Kearney. Caccione could go back to Kearney, but he got caught on the man that was with him. But here, arriving is Jean-Michel Seri, showing absolutely zero strength, but winning the ball back again. Which is nicely done. Sessegnon turns well. I'll float it towards the back post where Andre Schürrle could win this header, which he has done, but he's found only the midriff of the goalkeeper, Jack Butland. Not many chances to bring to you in this game so far. That may well be the first one created in the game, and indeed it is. It's been one of those so far here against Stoke, but hopefully that first chance created will spark a flurry and maybe a goal or two as well. Preferably all at one end, preferably all in the back of the Stoke net, but we'll have to wait and see if we can actually carry that plan through. Allen turns well. Here's Boyan through the gap. Intercepted by Fosu Mensah. Marchand given away. Diouf. Oh, out to Shahed, who's in behind here. Cross could come in. Oh, I missed the tackle on him. Allen to Shahed again. And Kearney away. Right, Stoke. Worrying me now with moves like that. They move the ball about really well. The ball forward there to Andre Schürrle. Get away from the defender if I can. I don't know how fast or slow Lowe is. Allen, get this out wide here to Shahed again. Mambaram Diouf looking to thread the needle, but we close the gap. It's getting quite end-to-end now. This is reminding me of the game against Blackburn, to be fair, with the way that the ball is just flying from one end to the other. Blackburn, a current Championship club. Stoke, a former Championship club now, obviously, having come up from the... Oh, did that hit Sweeney? I think it did. Having come up from the Championship Season 1, as we manually relegated them when updating the league situation. Fosu Mensah with a header. Good leap from Jack Butland. It looks like, unless anything happens in the next 2 minutes, it's going to be 0-0 at half-time. Ball there to Sessegnon, back to Seri. Out wide to Tom Kearney. It's Fosu Mensah. Through the gap there nicely to Caccione. Oh, it will reach Seri. I was waiting perhaps for a foul there against Caccione, but nothing was given. Oh, it was meant for Kearney. Will not find him. Low clears that only as far as Sessegnon though. Good first touch. Decent cross too. And Kearney's arriving with a header, but absolute 50p head. It's gone straight up and over the bar.
Tell you it's been done yet.
Allen. Out wide to Redmond. Quickly around the corner there to Mambaram-Juve. Got the pace to get away from Alfie Mawson. He's trying his best to close him down here. Laid inside to Bojan. And Rossi with a big save and trying to position my defenders accordingly. Just in case the keeper couldn't get back to his goal line. But Mbula's done brilliantly to work the ball about, considering he was closed down quickly by a couple of other people. Thankfully, the ball didn't come to him quickly enough for him to be able to shoot, with Rossi out of position from that first save. How Bojan missed the opportunity, I'm not sure. He's ended up on the floor then. They will take the advantage and play on with it. Mbula's left-footed. This is really good movement from Stoke, but thankfully Timothy Fosu-Mensah puts an end to it. I'll get that quickly away. We'll try and come forward here. Kenny's gone again. Need support on the left of me. So I had none on the right. As it happens, nobody's able to offer me support. And here comes Stoke again. They really should be 1-0 up there. Bojan will be particularly disappointed not to give them a 1-0 lead from that opportunity. Here's Janelli and Mbula. Out to Nathan Redmond. Lovely little scoop turn to work some space. Mambaram-Juve for the turn. Rossi with the save. Stoke pushing hard now. And Alfie Mawson going to get a yellow card for that foul. Understandably so. Let's see what we can do here. Shahed going off. Not sure who's coming on in his place. We'll find out momentarily. Keeper's going to come and punch that. Here's Joe Allen. Brings it down. Shawcross. Can I tackle him? No. Joe Allen. Back to Sweeney. Bojan. Redmond. He's done well. Oh, it's a lovely ball. Twice. Bojan has missed clear-cut one-on-one opportunities. Stoke should be in front. Ryan. Forward to Seri. In there to Anguissa. Seri's gone again. We'll get it to him ahead of Choupo-Moting. And here's Ryan Sessegnon. I just need to find anyone in the box. Jedson! Again! The chance falls to Jedson Fernandez. And this time, you can't really blame him. It's just a superb save. Cabano, pull it back. Yes! Catrone in stoppage time. Fulham 1, Stoke 0. We deserve that victory. We do deserve that victory, I'm certain of it. Felt confident throughout this game. We just finally been able to find a way past Jack Butland. I thought briefly there that Jedson Fernandez was going to have let the game slip again. It's a great save from Butland, but lovely movement from Catrone. He had followed the defence in, and right at the last minute, took an extra couple of paces backwards just to free up the space. Really well tucked away finish. Could have hit that straight at the goalkeeper or over the bar. It was rising when he struck it. That might be near enough for last kick of the game, and indeed it is. 3 points in the Premier League. A replay in the Cup, which is frustrating, but 3 points in the Premier League, which is the most important thing at this stage. We will go and hopefully get the win against Blackburn in the first game of tomorrow's episode. Chelsea win. Watford win against Manchester United. West Ham win against Arsenal. Leicester beat Swansea. Liverpool and Manchester City yet to play. What does that do for... What's that do for the league table? I'm not sure. Board aren't happy with the progress or subsequent lack of it with regards to the youth programme, but I'm really not focusing on that. I said to myself in the last episode, I was going to alter the players that I was training, and then I've just quite simply forgotten to do that. That's typical Ches, isn't it? Right, let's advance to Blackburn, see if anything happens transfer-wise. If not, we'll check the league table, and then that will be it for today. We do have an email, and it's a transfer offer for Ibrahima Cisse. No. Goodbye. He's going absolutely nowhere. He's a fantastic rock as a rotation option in that CDM role. And there is no further emails. City have made a signing, though. Emiliano Perita. Don't know how much that was for. Liverpool has signed Carbin from a Saudi team. Don't know who that is. Tottenham have sold Wanyama to Schalke, but signed Quincy Promes, player that we bought in Southampton. At Southampton, of course, in the last Premier League save we did. Samuel Castillejo to Sassuolo is one that I think we've seen already. But let's have a quick look at the Premier League table. I can't quite remember how Huddersfield did on that match day. Are we up to third? We are. Huddersfield have dropped to fifth, in fact. We are a point behind Manchester United now, considering they lost. We are 6 points behind Liverpool, considering they lost. Things turning. Results going our way. We're third in the table with a negative goal difference still. I can't quite believe that's still the case, but we shall push forward. Blackburn to start things off tomorrow with the final game of the... Sorry, not the final game of the window. Then it's the final game of the window against Huddersfield, which is a big game considering the shape of the league table. And still waiting to make a sale. There's no point needlessly spending the money we currently have. Might as well just leave it there and freshen up some contracts that need freshening up, because it's literally pointless spending it on someone that isn't going to be involved in the squad. So for now, that will be where we leave it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And hopefully we can get a signing done tomorrow.